Hello, my name's Sarah, and I am going to be starting a health and fitness journey that I would like to document and also share with you for some inspiration. So a little bit about me. I used to be really active. I used to weigh around 130 pounds. I would go to the gym 5 days a week. I was very capable of running long distances. I had endurance and stamina, and I used to be able to eat healthy without even thinking about it, without counting calories. It was just part of my lifestyle. I've really struggled to hit a good amount of movement. Around 2,000 steps a day was the norm for me. And so now I've gained a lot of weight. I'm now at 220 pounds, whereas I used to weigh 130. And so I'm starting to feel a little bit of pain, and I'm starting to not really feel great about myself. And so I want to change that. So I have nutrition goals, I have movement goals, strength, and cardio. So I'm trying to hit 10,000 steps, and I've been doing that for the last week, and it's been going pretty well. Second goal is nutrition. So I'm trying to hit 130 to 150 grams of protein every day. I'm counting calories to do that. So I'll be around 1,600 calories, and protein is the main thing I'm focusing on. I don't have a weight loss goal for this. I just want to eat healthier. So I'm cooking my meals at home. I'm doing meal prep. I'm drinking a protein smoothie in the morning instead of just fasting and being really hungry throughout the day. So really a lot of good habits that I'm starting to put back into my life. And then the other two are focused on fitness. So my cardio goal is to run a 5K. I've actually signed up for a Spartan Sprint race in August of next year to help me to reach that goal. And on the way to doing that, I'm going to be completing Couch to 5K, which is a running program that's 3 days a week over 8 weeks. And then for strength, on the days that I don't do cardio, I'm going to try and get moving and build up my strength and maintain lean muscle as I lose weight. So in the beginning, it will be body weight and maybe just using the bar or dumbbells, but over time, I want to be able to lift more. My workouts are going to get more challenging and more fun. So I might do rock climbing, I might do hills and sprints. But for now, I'm just focusing on getting into those habits, just trying not to do too much at once. I'm going to be checking in and doing weekly weigh-ins and monthly measurements. Because sometimes when you weigh yourself, you may not see any progress on the scale, but you might see your body get smaller. By doing measurements as well as the weigh-ins, I'll be able to see that. I'll be able to check to see how my clothes are fitting and keep myself on track. I'm going to be sharing my nutrition. I'm going to be sharing some tips with you, my workouts, and just my journey overall. I hope that we can keep each other accountable. Please subscribe so that you can see my videos come out and follow along on my entire journey with me. Let's get into the video. I'm going to first share my breakfast, and then we're going to go through how my first day looks.
I started with a scoop of banana flavored protein powder, and I added 4 frozen strawberries. I added a teaspoon of chia seeds. And since I wanted a bit more of a strawberry flavor, I added Mio in the flavor strawberry watermelon. To blend this up, I used milk, but if you wanted, you could use water, and that would give you a lower calorie option. This had 30 grams of protein, and it kept me full right up until lunch.
So I'm trying to get 10,000 steps in every day, and I do that using a timer on my watch. So every 30 minutes to an hour, I try and get up, walk around a little bit, and just get off my feet. But in the evening, I still have to do a walk so that I can meet that goal. After the work, I will go to the gym and do a strength workout, just getting logged into work, and then I'll go and get some coffee.
So for lunch today, I'm going to have a tuna salad, but instead of mayonnaise, I'm using Greek yogurt. So I have all my ingredients here. I'm using plain Greek yogurt, albacore tuna, salt and pepper, a little bit of celery, and some Dijon mustard. And then to eat it, I'm going to have some lettuce leaves. So this is my tuna salad that is lower in calories but higher in protein. It looks exactly like tuna salad and it tastes pretty close too. And you just take that and you eat it with a couple of lettuce leaves, and then you have a healthy tuna salad. For dinner tonight, I'm making beef enchiladas. So I've got my flour tortillas, I've got my vegetables, the onion, tomato, and yellow pepper. I have a half a cup of cheese and ground beef, and then I've got my spices. I've got beef stock, I have sour cream, chipotle sauce, and some taco seasoning. So I've cut up my pepper and onions and I'm just sauteing them in a pan for about 4 minutes. And then I've got an enchilada sauce over here that I made with the spices and the beef stock powder and a little bit of butter. And then I've chopped up some tomatoes here. After I add the cheese on top, I'm gonna broil it for 3 minutes, and then you just top it with the chipotle and the sour cream. So I'm gonna do progress photos and measurements once a month, and so I figured I would show you where I'm starting at before I head to the gym. So this is what I look like. This is my absolute start, and I'm gonna show you all the measurements. I did my full measurements: arms, thigh, waist, hips, neck, everything. And so after that, I went to the gym. So I did a full body workout. I did 3 sets of squats. So I'm using a 10-pound dumbbell. I'm just focusing on form for now. And I did 3 sets of this with the 10-pound dumbbell for 10 reps each set. So you really want to focus on form, especially when you're starting out in the gym. And you're gonna be able to lift heavier overall, but I know I'm gonna be sore after this, even with the light dumbbells. So after squats, I did deadlifts. And again, I'm using 10-pound dumbbells in each hand, just focusing on form, trying to get that hamstring and the glutes activated and make sure that the weight is sticking to the center of my feet and that everything is solid throughout. So I did 3 sets of this, 10 reps with the 10-pound weight in each hand. So I did bench press and lat pull down downstairs, but the gym was pretty crowded, so I didn't film it. And after that, I did 3 sets, 10 reps of overhead press with 2 10-pound dumbbells. So the lat pull down, the bench press, and the overhead press was all 3 sets, 10 reps. And to finish my workout, I did 3 sets of planks, and for now I couldn't really hold them that long. So I'll show you the full workout. I logged it. It was about 40 minutes. It worked my entire muscle groups because I was using compound movements. You can see my heart rate. You can see the weight that I logged for my deadlift, my squats, my bench press. I did 20-pound weights for that, 10 reps. And then the lat pull down, I was able to do 55 pounds. A cable machine is usually easier than free weights. And then again, the overhead press, I used 20-pound dumbbells, and the plank, I did 30 seconds. So that's it for the first day. I took my first steps today. I took you along with my nutrition and my exercise and what a full day looks like for me. So I hope you liked it and I hope it helps you out. If you did like it, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you're notified when I release new videos. I'm going to be checking in after my first week to give you an update on my weight and share a little bit about how the week went with my running and more of my nutrition. So thanks again for watching. Bye.